The Los Angeles Lakers making the trade for Russell Westbrook was a good trade, but there are a lot of problems in LA right now that if they don't get solved, this trade will be looked at as a bust. Of course, before I get into the video, if you guys could leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, turn on the post notifications. Also, thank you so much for the support on the last video. That video went crazy and it's still going crazy, so thank you guys so much. And also new supporters here, hi, my name is Specs. I make NBA videos and I think you guys will enjoy them. With that being out of the way, let's get into the video. On paper, the trade for Russell Westbrook looks amazing. They got a really good player in Westbrook and they got to dump some players they didn't really need anymore and they were looking to get rid of, like Kyle Kuzma, for example, and KCP. Now you guys may be saying then what is the problem? Ladies and gentlemen, that is called spacing and shooting. If you guys don't know what I'm trying to say, essentially the Lakers don't have that good of shooters, at least that's what the thing is being said. And at first when you sit down and think, is this actually true? You start to think it is true, but essentially it is half true and half not true. Now on the screen right now, these are 5 NBA players that are on the Los Angeles Lakers. Now you might be saying, what do all these guys have in common? Well, every single one of these players average at least a 3-point percentage of 36%, which is the NBA average or more. And while I showed this to my friend and he said, hey, 5 NBA players on a 15-man roster, that's not bad. But ladies and gentlemen, there's a thing that is called context, and that's what needs to be talked about in this situation. While yes, it is good that they have 5 players that can reach that level, the only problem is that only 2 of them really ever see real minutes, which is LeBron and Alex Caruso. Alfonso McKinney barely even played last year. Ben McLemore is an air rotation player that also barely even plays, and Marc Gasol, sometimes they didn't even play him last year. Now with this Lakers team, a lot of things I've been seeing people saying is that, oh, the 3-point shooting has been really off and that's the reason why they didn't win this year compared to last season. But here's the thing though, the Los Angeles Lakers this year shot 34.9%, which was 23rd in the NBA, right? Which is not that good obviously, but in their championship winning season they came 21st in 3-point shooting, shooting 35%, which means they only shot worse by 0.1%. I'm not saying they're gonna get worse from this Russell Westbrook trade, and I do believe that LA has a smart enough mindset to make a system work where Westbrook doesn't have to become a shooter, LeBron doesn't have to be your primary 3-point shooter, and they'll find ways to be able to score the basketball. Now this year's free agent class has a lot of good 3-point shooters that LA could grab for very cheap, and I'm going to be explaining a couple of these players. For example, Danny Green, he was a key part of that championship run. Andre Iguodala, he can shoot and he's also a good veteranship leader role. Also, to name another player, Victor Oladipo, he's also not a bad shooter and an efficient scorer when you think about it. Someone like JJ Redick, who yes, he is old and isn't doing that much anymore, but he's still a good 3-point shooter, and that's what you need. He's also a veteran. Avery Bradley, a good 3-point shooter that the Lakers did have a while back. That's just to name a couple of the guys. I could keep going. I've been hearing a lot of rumors saying that Carmelo Anthony is possibly going to be joining the Lakers, which I think would be very cool for LeBron, and I think that would definitely help. Now what you need to understand is though, players would take a pay cut to join the Lakers. It's an almost guaranteed championship, especially now that y'all have Westbrook. But here's the thing though, Westbrook is going to score, Anthony Davis is going to score, LeBron is going to score, but if you can't shoot at least decently and you have to rely on LeBron James, who is one of the best players of all time, but he's not a 3-point shooter. I will say though, when you need him to make a 3 in a clutch moment, LeBron will make that 3 in a clutch moment. The only thing I didn't like about this trade is that you traded Kyle Kuzma and KCP, who were your last 2 efficient 3-point shooters. Now I know that I keep saying this about shooting, but I'm just trying to emphasize it because this is really important to the Lakers' success. However though, I think that they will still find a way to possibly do better than they did last year when it comes to shooting, especially if they do sign at least one of the guys that I did mention earlier. Now here's the thing though, I think even if they don't sign anyone, if their roster stayed the same, I still have LA winning the championship this year over the Nets. Now, the graph that I showed you guys earlier about the Los Angeles Lakers 3-point shooting could be completely irrelevant because there is a possibility that LA doesn't sign half of these guys back. They have 5 players on the roster in total, and if they don't re-sign at least a couple of them, they could be in trouble. Now I think the Lakers will this year try to get some decent free agents and kind of restructure that roster like they did back in that championship winning season. Now one of the biggest rumors I was hearing is that DeMar DeRozan to the Lakers and Kyle Lowry to the Lakers, and they're going to reunite. Well, it seems like DeMar DeRozan is not that much of an option unless he takes a pay cut, which I don't know if he wants to, but at this point I think it's kind of I just want to win. DeMar DeRozan has never won, Kyle Lowry has won though, so I feel like if they were to reunite, then they would both be taking pay cuts and LA would still be good. But there is just one problem though, spacing. The spacing would still be bad. I will say now it's up to LA how they want to do. If they want to sign some good 3-point shooting free agents, seasons, and that will really help them out. If they want to put in the work this year and play the way they did back in that championship winning season, that is up to them. We can't do anything as fans and critics and analysts, whatever. We can't do a single thing but just watch what LA does. Now, I've been hearing a lot of rumors saying that basically a lot of NBA GMs are saying there's going to be a lot of trades and free agency moves, so I cannot wait to see it. I'm going to be on top of all of it. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys do leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, turn on post notifications. The mic audio might sound a little different because I am recording this on an iPhone, so I'm sorry about that. Unfortunately, my mic is at home and I am not at home right now at the time of recording this video, so I do apologize for that. See, all my videos do not sound like this, but anyways, that's gonna do it for the video. Love you guys, take care, peace.